Hi guys, welcome back to Hair Dry Treatment. Soph and Meg are back. Euros Vision. I came up with this stupid name earlier. Thinking of me, so I've stuck with it. Euros Vision. But yeah, me and Meg are going to preview the Euros that start tomorrow. I can't believe it's tomorrow already, but I'm absolutely buzzing. Meg, firstly, thank you for joining me again. And how are you doing?
I can bloody believe it's tomorrow, Soph, because it should have been 11 months ago. And I've been waiting. No,
True.
I still think it's funny because we're still calling it Euro 2020 and we are in 2021. It's one of those, isn't it? But no, I'm good. I'm really excited actually. It's nice to have some football back that isn't these little like warm up friendlies that a bit of a snooze fest, weren't they? But if we're
Yeah,
honest, they're a bit of a
yeah.
snooze fest. So I'm looking back. I'm looking forward to having some competitive football to watch. And if you think we're going to be watching every game, I listened to this earlier. Someone on TikTok was going, if you're not a football fan, you won't understand. If you think we're going to watch every single game, we're going to watch every single game, whether it's our team or if it's not our team, if it's our country or another country. We're all going to watch it just because we want to watch
Yeah.
some football.
Exactly. Tournament football's just the one, isn't it? George, enjoy your film. I've just seen you said you're going to the cinema. I hope the film is good for you, and thanks for popping in. I appreciate that. Good evening to Zoe. Said hope you're both well. Good to see you. Good to be back. To be fair, Zoe, we've missed it, and like I say, excited to talk about the Euros. A break from Manchester United for a little bit, which is quite nice as well. To be fair, but yeah, Zoe, I hope you're doing good too, and thanks for tuning in as always. Big up to Roberto. I hope you're doing good. Big up to James. Big up to Doug as well, who's also in the chat. We will discuss Scotland and obviously your chances as well and what we feel about Scotland's squad as well. But yeah, we're going to get straight into this, mate, because we haven't really discussed it. I saw a few of your tweets regarding Lingard and him missing out and obviously Ben White being put into the squad. But what's your thoughts on the final squad for England? I was the same as you. I was expecting Lingard's name to be called when obviously Trent got injured. I'm shocked
Yeah,
by that. But fair play to Ben White, and I hope he has a good
yeah,
tournament. Obviously, United and they've been linked, of course.
of course. So a names and name popped up that we could be linked with. Listen, I was when the whole thing with Trent, by the way, you couldn't write it. The fact that we're taking 4 right backs, I was just like, wow. But when he dropped out, honestly, my heart said Lingard because I don't understand what he needs to do. He literally couldn't play football for that first part of the season. He then, went out on loan. The fact that he went out on loan and just slotted in just like that shows the dedication and the hard work that he's obviously put in, week out, even though he actually couldn't actually compete in the first half of the season.
Mm-hmm.
So it shows, the attitude of him, the determination that he kept himself that fit, that sharp, that fitness up there. And then, yeah, my heart kind of was just like, I want him to go because I don't think there's much more that he physically could have done to be picked. My head then
Yeah.
said James Ward-Prowse because
Mm-hmm.
the whole like free kick scenario thing, set pieces. Trent's obviously really good at them. Ward-Prowse is top dog at them. So I was like, oh, will he have that in his head? And then all of a sudden it was Ben White. And
Yeah.
I was that because obviously a defender's dropped out. We don't know. Well, we didn't really know. Maguire's obviously been training today, but where Maguire would be in terms of his fitness levels. So
Mm-hmm.
I get it because it covers quite a bit of the basis of the defence. We've had one drop out, one's not fully fit. That kind of backup support. So congratulations to him. I wish him the best. But my heart did say Lingard.
Yeah, and Ward-Prowse, good point. Obviously, set pieces. Ward-Prowse is probably thinking, what more can I do to break into that squad as well? He's had a
Yeah,
great season with Southampton. And you have to feel for it, definitely. But yeah, I think it's like you say, a defender's dropped out, so they're replacing with another defender. I think it would have been funny if they'd have taken another right back in place of Trent after the amount of right backs he's already taken. So I do think it was obviously, like you said, defensively he wanted to reinforce and strengthen. Cali Dreamy says come to the USA, so I can't wait to get back to the USA. Let me know where about you are. But yeah, I love the USA. Florida, can't wait to get back there. Harry Potter World, Universal. Yeah, I'm missing it, but I love the USA and thank you for tuning in. ECL says love the top. Thank you. I have obviously got a top that I will be posting on my Instagram soon as well. ECL kit. You guys should check it out. And of course, they've given me the number 7 as well as a United fan. I was buzzing with that. Got the number 7. But yeah, that'll be to come in the next few days. We're going to post a picture of that too. But yeah, the squad in general, one player in particular I'm looking forward to seeing, Meg, and it kills me to say it because he plays for City, but it's Phil Foden. What's your thoughts on his Gaza hairdo? I'm just going to get that in there as well. He's gone for obviously that ice look. What's your thoughts on it?
Do you know what? I actually saw it the night before it broke. Oh no, the very, very early, not the night before, sorry, the very early morning when it broke. And I was like, is that Foden? I seen a picture of it on Instagram. I was like, what's he done? What's he done? But if he's gonna channel his Paul Gascoigne, then fair play. I don't just want the hairstyle. I want the whole shabam. Like, just bring it to the Euros if that's what you're gonna do. No, yeah, I wasn't like ooh about it, but it is what it is. Fair enough.
If he performs on the pitch, I don't care what his hair looks like.
Yeah,
I really don't.
The haircut's the last of my worries. I want to see what you can do on the football pitch. And like you said, and I've said it numerous times, I hate the fact that he's a Man City player because when it's Premier League, obviously you can't really support them. But now, I'm just grateful that he's English because I'm looking forward to seeing him play. He's a talent, a huge talent, and he's got so much growth to do as well and development. And he's mad young, isn't he?
He's mad young. He's talented. Sadly, he wears blue. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Sadly. But when our group, obviously, Croatia, Czech Republic, Scotland, big one. Honest opinion, Meg, how far can we go, do you think, in the Euros?
My honest opinion, we need to finish second in the group.
This comment made me laugh from Doug.
Listen, I know the whole saying is you've got to beat the best to be the best. But if you don't have to play France, Germany or Portugal until the final, I'd quite like that. Because I do think, winning this group, amazing. Confidence must be really high when you're in the group. But then you find out you've got to play. I mean, Hungary are in there as well. So I won't just push them to a side. But the likelihood that they will finish second is minimal. So you've got, if you win the group, you're playing Germany, France, or Spain or Portugal. If you finish second in the group, it's either Spain, Sweden, Poland, or Slovakia. Now, if I had to pick, I'd want to pick one of those four. Do you know what I mean? I know that you've got to beat the best, but can we avoid them? I want it to last a whole summer. I don't want to go out at the first round.
Yeah. You know what, Lord, looking at our squad, and I'm going to try not to be over-optimistic here, but looking at it, our squad, on paper, you have to fancy England in this tournament. And I don't want to get too overhyped because we've seen so many disappointments at international level. But I can't not get excited about our squad. Someone just said it's the most happy I've been with an England squad for a long time. The fact that Southgate has taken players like Bellingham, for example, I wasn't expecting Bellingham to break into that. Obviously, Greenwood would have been there as well. He has taken a few risks, and I'm
Do you think Bellingham's a risk?
Not a risk. It's just not what I expected. I expected someone like Ward-Prowse to be over him because of his age.
Okay,
I rate Bellingham, and I think his quality, and I'm gutted that we missed out on him. But my point is, I wasn't expecting Southgate to go with that. Because that's quite a ballsy move, really. You'd think someone like Ward-Prowse, a bit more of an experienced player, would obviously be a safer option. But yeah, Bellingham, I'm excited to see. I've already mentioned, obviously, Foden. I'm gutted that Greenwood's not featuring, but he's got to look after himself, of course, and his time will come, no doubt about it. Players like Reece James should get a look in there as well. And it is an exciting squad, isn't it? When you look at, obviously, the youngsters that we've got coming through, the likes of Mason Mount, fantastic season. And then you've got the experience, obviously, of Harry Kane. You know he's going to score goals. Like, you can't not get excited, can you? Like, you can't not. It's impossible.
And I've seen, I mean, I don't know if we're going to discuss this about who we perhaps would start, but the amount of things, and you can't really argue with the fact that Grealish, Mount, Foden, and Harry Kane up top would be an exciting lineup for the four going forward. But that also means that Rashford, Sterling, Sancho don't start. And then you're sat there thinking, how can these players not start? It's an amazing headache to be able to have 7 players across 3 positions that all could, without arguing, you could start them all. Like, do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
With whoever he picks, someone won't like it. People on Twitter, fans, we won't like it because the amount of England managers I've seen on Twitter this week is ridiculous. But do you know what I mean? Someone's going to be annoyed about it, but they all have shown reasons to be starting. The only thing I will say is with Grealish, Mount, and Foden, I do think it's a bit like samey. Do you know?
Yeah.
They're all very similar in what they do. Whereas now that's fine if a defence are sitting back and they're they're going to allow you to come forward and we're going to park the bus a bit because Grealish wins your fouls around the box, brilliant. But if they're going to press high, you want somebody to get at them. So I do think that all have minutes during this tournament. And I just hope that Southgate uses them correctly.
That's it, isn't it? It's about Southgate, obviously, as a manager now, proving himself as well. But in terms of talent, in terms of the personnel, we are good enough to win the Euros. And I know that's a bold statement to make, but we are. It's about whether what obviously England turn up. I think you can relate us to United in that sense. Do our key players turn up? And obviously, is the manager using the players correctly? And it is a big point. Oliver Villa says, is the fact that it's a year late, does that make it even more exciting, do you think? I think it's got to.
Yeah, because the build-up.
Obviously,
and I also think because there's games in England, and I know it's at Wembley, and it's not round here, but just it is meant to be the finals in Wembley.
Yeah.
It's an exciting time. I always get sucked into the hype of a tournament. Always. I've been seeing the flags on the car have started now as well. I saw a couple today.
Yep, they've started. Did you see Krypton Conan did like a New England song, by the way, as well? I had that in there. Like our
no, I've not seen it. I saw some posts on it, but I've not listened to it.
There's Nicole. Make sure you go and follow Nicole United. She stands is on here, but it's Nicole Deans on Twitter. Miss Nicole Deans. Go and check her out. Her articles on United are fantastic. Go and read some of her write-ups as well. And obviously, she's one of our lovely ladies in red. So go and support Nicole as well. And thanks for tuning in, Nick. Someone is echoing badly, apparently, as Doug said. So I'll obviously sort that out. I apologise if it is echoing for you guys. I'm not sure why, actually, because I've got AirPods in, so I'm a bit confused by that. But whilst we're working on the technical difficulties and whatnot, Donny van der Beek, how lucky is he, Meg? Going off the topic of England for a second, after the season he's had, the injury.
I feel for him because I genuinely thought, he's not had that many minutes this season at all. Like, that's an understatement, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I thought he's back in his home nation. He's going to get minutes. He's obviously a fan favourite with them. Confidence-wise, an opportunity to express himself on the pitch, show why everyone talks. Sorry, my neighbour's waving at me. Show why. We wanted him in the first place. Why he's such a talent, and now he's out.
It's a shame.
That's completely, isn't it? It's a shame for him.
I just hope he bounces back from this. That's what it is, isn't it? Because his confidence is already low, and then to have this as low as well, I just hope that he comes back stronger from this, and it makes him a better player. But you can't help but feel sorry for him, can you? Like, going into this tournament, he must have been thinking, this is my chance to prove myself to the fans, who obviously feel like it's a bit of a flop move at the minute because he hasn't really had time to prove himself. I was hoping that this tournament could have been a game breaker for him. I do feel for him, but yeah, hopefully he bounces back. I'm sure obviously players and staff at the club are supporting him and his family supporting him. But it's just a shame. It's just a horrible, horrible shame. And obviously I wish him speedy recovery and wish him all the best as a United fan. And as a football fan as well, I think a lot of rival fans as well will feel really sorry for him after what's happened. But I've seen Doug in the chat and James, so I want to touch on Scotland as well, Meg. A lot of pundits apparently have been writing Scotland off, saying they're not going to make it out the group. I don't know about that, if I'm honest. I think Scotland have probably got the best squad now that they have had for a long, long time. Like, I actually think they've got a pretty decent squad.
I do think, listen, I think in a tournament, and there are games, there will be shocks, of course, but potentially top three will go through of the group. So if they were to finish bottom, I think they would be very disappointed. So I do think they have a chance of going through, especially out of the group stage. and I've even said with England, look, that the next round, depending on who you play, and it is dependent on who you the third places. They're obviously then going to go on and play a winner of a group.
Yeah.
Listen, I think they'll be disappointed if they don't get out of the group. They've got a strong chance, like home tournament again as well for them. Doug's just mentioned they've got two games at Hampden Park. The England games at Wembley, so it's not like they've not been there before. I think they'll be disappointed if they don't get out of the group, like I said, but it just depends on who they draw afterwards, I think. I don't think they'll obviously go on and win it. If they do, I'll bloody eat my hat. But yeah, just disappointed if they don't get out of the group for them.
I'm not writing them off. Look, I think they're going to be a tough test. You know, it's a rivalry, obviously, when they play England as well. And we all know what happens. Form goes out the window in them type of games. It's going to be a tough one. I agree with you. I think they get it at the group. I think after that, obviously, it's a tougher test, isn't it? And it'd be interesting to see how far they can actually go. But I think they get it at the group, and they've got a decent squad, like I've already mentioned. So a lot of people mentioning Flex has left United stand, which is I've just been informed as well, which is a big shame. Obviously, I'm good friends with Flex, and I'm sure I'll speak to him at some point. But yeah, it's a shame, and obviously wish Flex all the best as well. Yeah, look, Flex is great at what he does, and I'm sure we'll still be seeing Flex around, no doubt about that. And Hey, thank you so much for the super chat. It says I'm Irish, but no Ireland in it, so I'm hoping England, Scotland, or Wales in the final. Yeah, thoughts on Wales, and thank you to De Gea for that super chat. I appreciate it. But yeah, Wales. Dan James obviously playing. Bales, as I like to call them, and I know that's probably been a bit disrespectful, but that's what we've been known as for a while. Can you see Wales doing well? I think for them, it's if their key players need to turn up, doesn't it? Because I think they've got a pretty average squad, and they got the odd, obviously, Bale. James has got that something special in him sometimes. I know a lot of United fans would disagree, but in terms of internationally, I think he's been a good player for Wales. So yeah, again, I'm not writing them off, but I mean, in their group, you've got Italy, Turkey, and Switzerland. Obviously, the opening game tomorrow is Italy against Turkey. You expect them three teams, I think, to finish above Wales. That's my opinion, anyway. That's my gut instinct.
Yeah, I think that's quite a difficult group for them. I'm not writing Turkey off at all. I feel like they're quite the underdogs. They're a bit underrated at the moment, but I do think they have a great opportunity in the tournament. Italy again, and Switzerland. Wales, I think it's that game for them. If they don't win that one, then they don't have any chance. Because I think it will be out of the Switzerland and Wales to who kind of goes through.
Yeah, I agree with that. And Turkey ain't a bad team as well. Let's be honest. Turkey.
I think Turkey. I feel like they're underrated. I feel like there's if you're in the Premier League, there who can we? If you've got the big six, you've kind of got like Belgium, France, Portugal, Spain, England, and then like an Everton. Do you know what I mean? Like they could go up like and go on and test those big six, but they also might not. Depends kind of if they show up or not.
True. Our group, we should be finishing top, surely, you'd think, Meg. Croatia, obviously, on Sunday is a tough test. What's your score prediction for that one? And also, like, in terms of personnel as well, I'm intrigued to see everyone's excited to see how we're going to line up after this first game, because Southgate hasn't played his strongest 11, because obviously we rotated and players were late coming back from European duties and whatnot. Who starts for you? I think we should do an 11 as well, because...
Should we do an 11 now?
Let's do an 11.
Let's do an 11. He's joining in the chat as well. Soph and I have not planned this, so we've got no idea what either of us will say right now, and the names are going through my head as we speak. So we'll start with goalkeeper. We'll give you a minute, and we'll probably 30 seconds, just to one name in the chat. If you're going with Pickford, Henderson, Johnston.
Johnston saved the other day, by the way. Can I just add, while we're waiting for the chat, he saved the other day in the friendly, was quality. I was going to say that. Who do you think? I think personally, Pickford will start.
I think Pickford will start. I think that he has that number one shirt, doesn't he? That's who will go to. And I think we'll see that throughout the tournament, dependent that third game in the group. That's the only one that I think he would change for, depending on, like I said, where we are kind of in the group and where he wants to finish. Not saying that he would throw the game, but just saying where we want to finish.
I'm not saying that he's my ideal choice, Pickford, but I think that he'll start. Like you said, I think he's got that number one. Yeah. How do you think we'll have three at the back then? Obviously, like three with wing backs.
Originally, I was like, as soon as I seen the squad, I was like, right, we're playing three at the back. With Trent being out, it does open up that four at the back for me. I do quite like the four at the back, because I think if you play Stones and Maguire, that's quite a solid centre pairing. And then, I mean, I would pick Shaw. I know that Ryan United for Life just put Chilwell down. I think if you play three, obviously Chilwell plays at the left back, in the left wing back position.
So we go with Ryan's here. So we said Pickford in goal.
Yeah.
Meg, have you tried turning your sound a little bit? Because I think I'm echoing again for some reason. I've literally had to mute mine now, so I don't know what else I can do. Pickford.
I have to turn it down, by the way. But if you talk to me, I might not be able to hear you.
Sorry, mate. Sorry. Pickford, James, Walker. Do you think that would be the case where it'll be James and then Walker playing as that right to the three, basically?
If that's a three, if we're going for three at the back, then I think James gets the right wing back position, Walker the right centre back.
Yeah, and then they've gone Stones, Mings. That's what Ryan says. If Maguire's fit, I presume it'll be Stones, Maguire.
Yeah.
Stones, Mings. I don't think he's a bad shout if he's not fit. To be fair, obviously White, who's just been given a spot as well, could also come into that. I agree with you. I think it'll be Chilwell. I think it'll be Shaw. Sorry, over Chilwell. Not Chilwell. I think it'll be Shaw over Chilwell because he's had such an outstanding season. To be honest, I think I said it on here, and I know it's a bold statement, but I think he's up there for like literally the best left back in the world. The way that he played last season on current form. I'm not saying overall, but on current form, like Luke Shaw's had a mad season. And if he can't start after a season like he's had, what more can he do? Really, I know Chilwell's won the Champions League, but Chilwell consistently all season, he hasn't been better than Shaw.
Yeah, I think consistently Shaw has the edge on it. So if my four at the back would be Shaw left back, Maguire if fit, Stones, and then I'd probably still put Kyle Walker as a right back.
Yeah.
So if that was a four, if we play five at the back, it would be Reece James, Kyle Walker, Stones, Maguire, Chilwell, because I think Chilwell's probably got the edge of the wing back over Shaw.
Yeah, I see that. In terms of the midfield, you've got number three here of Rice, Phillips, and Mount. Does Henderson come into that? Because Henderson's clearly not fit. And by the way, that penalty incident the other day, if I was Calvert-Lewin, I'd be absolutely fuming. I'm just going to say that.
No man, just Calvert-Lewin. I think the whole country is like,
what are you doing?
I also want to add, going into a major tournament, you want your strikers to be scoring goals. If it's a penalty, give it him. Get him scoring goals in an England shirt. Get him feeling confident. Why are you taking it off him? Surely you want your strikers. These are the warm-up friendlies. You know, we want players to be playing well, on form, getting on the ball, having minutes, playing with confidence. Henderson just outright just took it off him. I know Calvert-Lewin will play second fiddle to Kane. We all know that he will. But when he comes on, or if he comes on that pitch, you want him to be coming on thinking, I'm going to bang a goal. I've already got one 2 weeks ago. And Henderson just took it off and then didn't even bloody score it. But that's just...
I was frustrated. For me, he's not fit, though.
Sorry, Sophie, just 1 second. I just want to say hello.
I was about to Sophie.
That's going to say, I know you probably were going to say it, do it as well. Just a huge big up to you. And that, listen, being kind is free, and the person that isn't being kind to you, and the other people that aren't kind to you, just know that for every one person that thinks that, there's 100 others that don't, thousands of others that don't. So, hey, and we're always backing you. Sorry, carry on with the.
Actually, Sophie, I'm going to say this here now. We're on about doing a watch along for one of the group games, possibly the last one. And if you are about, Sophie, you can come and join us live on the watch along and come and watch us, hopefully smiling at an England game and not crying because we're getting knocked out in the final group game. But yeah,
Yeah.
if you're about, let me know. Drop me a message on Twitter, and we'd love to get you on. But like Meg says, we've got your back, and we fully support you. And you're doing fantastic as well. So keep doing you. That's what I'm going to say. Keep doing you. Acid said Johnson. Left back Shaw, centre backs Maguire and Stones, right back James. You've gone with a 4 there. It seems pretty certain that a lot of people want James to start on that right hand side.
Again, I think it's when it's up to Southgate, and hopefully he uses players correctly. And I think there'll be times where Reece James would be the favourite, and I think there'll be times where you'll want somebody like a Walker who has got that little bit more of an experience. Perhaps not so quick going forward. It's like I'd say Walker is a little bit more defensive minded, and there will be games that we need that. It's not. I know to win a game, you've got to go up and you've got to go and score, and having attacking fullbacks is great, but you have got to make sure that you don't concede. I mean, you could score 4, but if you're conceding 5, what's the point? So I think as long as Southgate can balance when he uses these kind of players, there will be times where Reece James will get picked ahead of Walker, and when Walker is needed.
Yep. Trevor said, didn't realise you're a PSG fan. I'm not, but I am a fan of the PSG shirts. I've got this one, and I've also got the black Balmain Paris limited edition one as well. Courtesy of obviously ECL provided me with that, which I'm grateful for. But yeah, I just love football shirts, to be fair. And obviously I won't collect
that one is a top tier football shirt.
But yeah, this is my favourite shirt this season. This one. So yeah, you know I'm not a PSG supporter, but I am a football shirt supporter, to be fair. But yeah, just like the shirt. But in terms of the midfield, I'll answer that in a second, Twisted. In terms of the midfield selection, Rice starts in that CDM. I agree with this. Rice, Mount, and I think Grealish has to start, Meg. After the friendlies that we've witnessed, Grealish, I don't know about you, but he's looked our best player.
So if we played 4 at the back,
the game up.
I would put a 2, and I really want to see. I'd start Rice 100%, but I'd put next to him Bellingham.
Yeah.
And I feel like it will be between Bellingham. Yeah, I feel like it'll be between Bellingham and Phillips. But I think I'd put I mean, for me, on a personal choice, I would put Bellingham in because I just think he is an incredible player. But I also feel like he offers that he can get forward and perhaps go on a little bit of a later run, playing that. Rice would be a sitting player, your more disciplined player. Bellingham would have that kind of almost, like a Pogba role where he's not the most disciplined, but he can still push forward, but he's still got defensive duties. Then I would play a 3 in front of them and then a lone striker of Harry Kane, and it's that 3 in the mid, 3 in between those, the 2 and the 1.
Yeah.
Where it all gets a little bit like, oh, who are we choosing?
It's a good position to be in, though, that we have got that depth. Front 3, obviously you said Kane would be that central striker, but who's going either side of him? Because Rashford at the minute on form, for me, he doesn't start for England. That's my opinion, and I'm a big Rashford fan, a big United fan, obviously. But on current form, I think Foden has to start, and it could be a case where it's Grealish, Foden, and Kane, as mentioned here. So you got Grealish, obviously Foden, and Kane centrally. Would you be happy with that starting?
I feel like this is the most popular choice. So the Rice and the Bellingham, I completely agree with that. Bellingham is the one that you might switch out, like I just mentioned. My own, and I have said this, my only thing with those 3 is that I do feel like it's very much the same. And it's Grealish 100%. So I would put him. You've probably got Kane on your first name on the team sheet. Your second name will be Grealish right now, because he just wins you so many free kicks around the box. He's always on the ball. He's playing with confidence. Put him in. So he's playing. He's got his spot. I agree with you on the whole Rashford front, as much as it hurts me, because I do think I can't imagine, almost can't picture a team without him in it. I don't think Sterling starts. And then and you still got Sancho. It's so difficult picking those three. Genuinely, obviously, we don't see the training and we don't see what they're like in training. We don't know Southgate's kind of game plan and what he wants to use and which players he wants to use. But yeah, I probably would start with the Mount, Grealish, and Foden. But I wouldn't be surprised if that's also not the three.
You mentioned the S word, then Sancho. Rumours are today we've agreed.
I wish I hadn't.
Obviously, personal terms with him, that's been no secret, but we're very close to agreeing financially as well. It seems inevitable, and I always say don't get sucked into this old in the shirt, but it does seem inevitable. Are you excited at the prospect of Sancho in a United shirt next season?
Of course, I am excited. I am. I just need this deal to kind of be wrapped up now. I have read it again today. That I don't know the figures, so I'm not going to make them up. But there's obviously a price that Dortmund want, and lo and behold, we have put lower in. They also wanted us the paybacks to be finished within four seasons. We said that we want to finish them in 5 seasons. So we're trying to cut corners again. A shock horror Manchester United don't want to pay full amount. Listen, the negotiations need to be wrapped up. I don't think it'll obviously be done before the games start, particularly like the England games. Personal terms mean nothing because we had them. We agreed them last season, and he was on the plane. And he's arrived, and he's in Manchester. He's hauled up in a hotel. He was never.
There's smoke coming from Old Trafford, which means he's having his shoot. That was one of them. There's smoke coming from Old Trafford, so he's having his shoot.
But I just want this to be wrapped up. I want him in a United shirt. I've seen people have put his merged next season's kit onto Sancho. I'm already there. I'm already right, sign him. But we shall, we'll have to wait and see.
We will. Meg, Twisted said, is Southgate the man? Can we answer that after this tournament? Do you reckon that's the answer?
Yeah, because what if I say no and then he goes and wins the tournament? Which will probably happen. No, I think it depends on this tournament. I think there's quite a few, new players in this team in terms of where they were at in the World Cup, when 3 years ago now. I think the whole new team, it depends. And I think this team, because of the age of it, these players will be here in the next tournament, which is obviously next year. But in the tournament after that, the next Euros, they're still going to be here. If you can't get the best out of them now, then no, he won't be the man.
Yeah. Curtis says, hit the likes, please do, guys. 14.9k. We're so close to 15k. If we can hit that during this tournament, it'd be so good. And big up to Nicole. Thank you for that. She's all my love to Soph. As you know, 2 types of people: those that do and those that talk. Thank you so much for that, Nick. I appreciate it. Nick's always got our back. I love it. Always got our back. Kane, Maguire, and Declan Rice. England can't afford to lose players during the tournament. Declan Rice, Nick, I still stand by it. He's a player that I want us to sign. I still keep saying it. But I think he'd be perfect for us. I really do.
I think whoever lands him will be very lucky. And I would like it to be us, but I feel like there will be competition for Rice, especially after the tournament as well.
Yeah, go and make sure you subscribe. Sorry, I didn't say earlier. Go and subscribe to Guna Gossip TV, Sophie's channel as well. Go and give her a sub. Let's boost those subscribers. Put a smile on it. You know what? Be kind. We keep saying it. Be kind. Go and give a sub over there. Support the channel. She's supporting us right now, so appreciate that. But yeah, overall, Meg, how far are we getting? And also, actually, rather than me asking that, let me ask you your favourite is. Who's going to win it, in your opinion?
France.
That's how I feel. I feel like it's a bit too obvious to say France, though. I feel like it seems pretty clear that they're going to win it, and I'm hoping that there's a few. Obviously, Portugal. I don't think you can write Portugal off, to be fair.
No, I think Spain have kind of been thrown a little bit with the whole preparation. I think they would have been up there. So you drew France.
Yeah, I drew France. I'm Don Robbie. I will be on Don Robbie's channel for a few watch-alongs as well. I've been scheduled in starting next Saturday. I'm there for the 2 games in there for Portugal against Germany and Spain against Poland, I think. So obviously come over there and support as well. I'll be there live with a watch-along. But yeah, they did a sweepstake and I got France. I'm buzzing with that. I'll take that.
Fair play. Yes, the Spanish team, I just think their prep got thrown off, and I don't know how that will affect them. But yeah, I'm gonna go with France. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with it.
Spain. So I don't know about Spain. I'm a bit undecided on Spain.
They've got a really good team, but I just think because of what happened, the whole COVID outbreak, that's not what you want, is it? Like a week before the tournament starts.
Yeah.
Their players were training separately. Belgium have got a lot of pressure on them. I don't think they've still delivered up to where they should be. Their golden generation, a bit like England's golden generation, haven't kind of got to where they should be.
Yeah, this was actually going to be a question, so you just reminded me, Roberto. Thank you for that. What players are you looking forward to seeing? So,
Bruno.
What players do you think are going to be the standouts? Bruno, Mbappe for me has to be one.
I think Bruno will do really well in the tournament as always. Mbappe, I think, just they're big names, aren't they? I'm trying to think of a player that I think potentially will have a good tournament, but might not be one of those big superstars. But I think those two names.
Poland as well, to be fair. They've got a few decent players. I think they're always a tough team to beat. Lewandowski, obviously, ridiculous goal scorer. Yeah, I think there could be a dark horse, but I agree with you in terms of France being the favourite. I think the talent that they've got, their squad is just ridiculous, isn't it? And obviously they've won the World Cup as well, so they'll be feeling confident going into this as well.
And this is a really good point just on this, Portugal, France and Germany being in that same group. I half wouldn't be shocked if one of them finished bottom of the group. And Hungary pip one of them to third. I wouldn't be shocked.
Germany haven't been convincing, really.
No.
Germany have not been convincing.
I feel like one of them will exit at the group stage. I feel like they won't. One of them has to go.
Yeah. Be interesting to see, definitely. But standout players for me, Foden in terms of an England player, I'm looking forward to seeing Phil Foden. Gaza, it could be like a Gaza, we'll see. I also think Mbappe is always up there for me as one of the players that just every time I watch him play, I just find him mesmerising. Such a talent, and I think he's one obviously that in the big stages for France in particular, he's just a game changer massively. He's just an absolute massive game changer. To have someone like that with a pace and how clinical he is as well, he's just a constant threat. I'd be terrified to play against him, if I'm honest. And then you got the likes of Pogba and that behind him as well. Kante is a player who obviously is in great form as well. There's a lot of big players that France squad I keep getting drawn to. Yeah.
They have got an overall a very, very good squad. And I think that's kind of like where they've got the edge. I'm excited for the England team, don't get me wrong. But do we match up player to player for as a whole to France? And I feel like that we may do. No, nothing is ever certain. But I do think France is a very, very good team overall.
I think we can compete with France though. Like hand on heart, I genuinely think if we turn up and if they are strongest, we can. But like you say, what England's going to turn up is Southgate going to play the players in the right places. Is he going to get the tactics right? And that's something that we're still yet really to see from Southgate on the big stage. Can we get those results? Can we get the performances from the key players? And defensively as well, can we keep France out? With obviously if Maguire's injured as well, you have to worry about us defensively. Obviously Ben White's been put in inexperience, you'd say. So Mings inexperienced at that level as well. So I think like it's one of them, but defensively you have to worry a little bit. But players like Walker, like his pace as well, is a big asset to have, isn't it? And Reece James is rapid as well, by the way. And so like I say, on paper, if you look at our team and France team, I do think we can compete. But can we turn up and can we be consistent throughout the tournament? And I think we've yet to really see that, aren't we? So exciting times, definitely.
Is this it? Are we going to sit here and the finals? When's the final?
Actually, when is the final?
Is it something like the 17th of July?
I think it's mid-July.
Might be the 17th.
Thank you to Diego for the contribution. He says, "Will Seb get Wales lucky waistcoat?" I hope so. I hope so. Meg, if you
Hasn't he
remember in
stopped?
Bristol, everyone had the waistcoats. I think he might have, but if he brings it back, that would be pretty cool. To be fair,
I think he
but yeah,
stopped
I'm
wearing
excited
them.
for it. Me and Meg obviously will be tweeting and whatnot and putting out content throughout the whole Euros. Like I've already mentioned, we're going to try and do a watch along. Definitely. The date that we've got penciled in at the minute is the last group game. So hopefully me and Meg are available, and obviously Sophie wants to join in as well. We'll get as many of the ladies on here as we can. But we want to do a watch along. I think it'd be really cool to do an England watch along. So we will be doing one of them. But throughout as well, we'll be doing the odd videos just to review what's going on. Euros Vision is what I've called it. Just because I thought it was funny. So yeah, I've gone for the cheesy little pun as a name. But
Shock horror,
yeah,
cheesy name for on this
if you
channel.
know me, you know I love my one-liners. So yeah, but Meg, as always, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for coming on, and yeah, I hope you're excited as I am for the Euros.
I am. Where is it? It's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming home. It's
Cannot
coming.
wait to singing that.
No, once that comes on, that's it. I'm ready.
Vindaloo as well. Na yeah. Vindaloo. Actually, this is the last question for the chat. What's your favourite England song? Let's get that in there. What's your favourite England song? Last question for the chat. Vindaloo's up there. 3 lines on a shirt. Obviously, he's up there. Like you say, it's coming out.
Do you know? I just feel like when the thing, it's coming home and it's like it's gone a little bit quiet, and then it starts like building up.
Yeah.
That's it. Get hyped.
And then what's the John Barnes one? You've got the what's that one now?
I'm not having that. I'm not having that. If anyone puts that one, no.
Why? What's wrong with that one?
Oh, I just don't like that one. You just no.
Love hearing a bit of John Barnes rapping.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. Yeah, thank you so much for that super sticker. I really appreciate it. World in Motion, that was the one. World in Motion. We're on the ball, Anton Deck. There's another one. Yeah, there's a few English songs, but 3 lines I think has to be up there. Yeah, it's coming home.
Has to be for me.
Vindaloo has to be on there as well. Apparently I look drunk. I'm not drunk. I'm absolutely melting. I am absolutely melting, but I'm not drunk. Unfortunately, not a person on the school night. But I'm buzzing for the Euros. I hope you guys are in the chat. Make sure you go and follow Meg on the socials as well. Obviously, give me a follow too. And if you are new, please hit that sub button so we can get to 15k as well. Everyone in the chat, thank you. Thank you to everyone who's contributed as well. I hope you guys are looking forward to the Euros as we are, and we'll be tweeting regularly. Hopefully, Sancho signed sooner rather than later too, so that one can be done and dusted. And we'll be back soon.